Hi everybody, this is Rachelle Jones, and today's edition of Quit Carrying the Crap. So, today I did a fun thing, kind of fun, I guess information gathering. I went on a field trip. I took my kids to school, and then I went to the store. Gasp! I went to the store because I needed chips, but I also really just wanted to see, is this whole thing real about water and toilet paper? And I took pictures. It's real. It's really real. The interesting thing about the water bottles, though, it was only the individually sized bottles. It wasn't like the gallons or the 2.5 gallons. It was just the individual ones. And I was thinking, okay. Toilet paper, real. So I was thinking about grief, right? And grief, like this is a grieving event. This is something that we wish would be different or better. People in the world, everywhere, in every country. I wish I didn't have to face this. I wish this wasn't coming my way. So what we could do, though, we could find ourselves really giving into fear, and being propelled and motivated by fear. And in some degree, that's okay. If it's a fear that causes us to prepare, okay, great. So there's a difference, though, between sitting and planning, preparing, using a moment that makes sense to plan and prepare, and then executing that plan and preparation, versus letting fear compel me and propel me into all these different ways and all these different moments, and it keeps taking over my current moment because all I could think about is my fear and my, what might possibly happen. That's the thing. It's a what might possibly happen. So there is an element of, okay, be prepared, because if you aren't going to feel well, then what would you like to have on hand during that time that you're not feeling well? But there's also a lot of fear just going around, which is very evident on, the news and social media and that sort of stuff. And a lot of yucky behaviors and actions being taken because it's being driven by people's fears. So anyway, I'm at the store and I'm standing there. I'm just standing there in awe, like, wow, that was really real, this whole water thing. And then someone started talking to me, and so we were talking a little bit. And I started to think, maybe they're right. Like, I remember that time I had the flu in February 2018. And you know what? When I had a fever, I had to poop. No, I really didn't. But I was trying to figure this out. I was trying to what is happening? When I have a fever, do I poop more? No. Well, when I have a runny nose and I'm coughing, do I only, they're right. I need water from individually sized water things. My refillable ones, I can't get the gallon size. Are you guys crazy? Security! I can't have gallon sized waters to refill my cups and my refillable water bottles. I need the individuals. Who is planning this? Who is stocking the store? They didn't have an answer for me. Again, filled with grief. Now, here's the thing. We can drink water from more than just individually sized water bottles. We can refill. We can use our faucet or our tap. I mean, if we're down to the point where we are so scarce on water, I don't know about you. I think back to when I was in basic training, I only liked bottled water. I like purified bottled water, which I know is not fancy, but that's the flavor. I literally like the flavor of purified bottled water. But when I was in basic training in the middle of summer with record high heat for the entire month after month in Texas with the humidity all crazy, I drank tap water. I did. I know it's crazy, but I did. And I was okay. I mean, as far as I know, I am going to die one day. But I didn't die at that moment from the tap water. And so then I started thinking the toilet paper scare. What's bothering people about the toilet paper? Because when I had the flu, I was just asleep. I was just sleeping. Sips of water. And you know what else? The coconut water. Like water with actual stuff infused in, it's healthy. It's going to help us when we're dehydrated. That was totally fully stocked. I took a picture of it. I was surprised thinking, really and truly, is it just individually sized water bottles? Why is it such a big deal? I don't know. The point is, there's a whole lot of grief going around about this coronavirus, and I want you to hear, because I don't know all the health conditions and all the people that we're exposed to and who are exposed to us. I don't know that. And what I want you to hear is that your fear makes sense. It's okay. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be frightened. Create a plan and execute that plan. Go through it. Part of your planning, though, needs to happen when it makes sense to plan. Not every waking hour are we going to be focused on this coronavirus that may or may not happen. Sort of like car insurance. I have car insurance for that one day. I'm prepared, but I don't every waking hour. Well, what's going to happen to me today? Or my car insurance going to be enough? It's just too much. We're adding too much energy. And let's not even neglect the fact that when we are so hyper focused on something, we are changing our chemical energy inside. And, those stress hormones are really high, which is lessening our immune system anyway. So it's working against us to be so hyper focused for any bug that's out there. There are all kinds of other viruses and bugs that we are opening ourselves up to and being more susceptible to because our stress hormones are so high. So make a plan, get prepared. Maybe you need to do some grief work. Maybe when it's all said and done, maybe you're going to have grief from the fact that you prepared and, was so ready to go for something that never happened. Maybe you overspent some money trying to prepare, and it never happened. Maybe it did happen, but you lived, but all the stress going into it, we don't have any idea. The point is, there's no possible way to know the future. So do your fair share of planning that feels right for you, and then let's put our mind on the things that are actually happening right here in our present moment, because living so far outside of our present moment is only causing us grief and stress, heartache. So I hope that's a little bit helpful for you. Bring a little bit of lightness into this situation, and that maybe you find some alternatives to just individually sized water. And if you get a fever and you develop a poop problem, I just want you to know I love you, because that could be scary. All right, everybody, quit clearing the crap. I love you. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.